Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's going to be a tutorial on how I do my brows and how I do my winged liner. It's something I'm frequently asked and it's always a struggle for people to do things like that, so I thought I would help you out and show you how I do mine. Hopefully you can take some tips away and sort of improve. Yeah, so if you want to see how I do that, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my brows, and I use the NYX micro brow pencil in espresso, and it's got one end is like, it's like a pencil but it's like a twizzly one, and then the other end you've got a spoolie to like brush it out. So I find these really helpful. I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I used to use that. I like it, but I think this is a little bit more natural, and I think in summer and just at the moment I'm just enjoying having more natural brows. So I mean, you can build with it, you can get more defined brows with this as well. I just prefer using it at the moment, but I still love the other one as well. So I'm going to go in with that first, and I'm going to use really light hand. So I use like it right down like sort of the halfway through the pen. I use it, I don't use it like really up close, just so it's not too heavy, like you're not too heavy handed with it. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so all I've done so far is drawn basically a line from the front of my brow all the way to the end, and I've extended it as well, if you can see. I just prefer my brows a bit longer. I think they should always sort of stop in line with the corner of your eye, so that's what I do with that. And I don't do it too harsh, as you can see, and with this bit I brush it out anyway, so it's not like too much at the front. I like them to be like quite faded, quite natural. So I'm going to go through and just very lightly put some hair stroke likes sort of in the middles, like, and going upwards. So let's go and do that. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm also going to add a few hair strokes going downwards, because obviously this is how this part grows and I don't have a lot of hair in those parts, so I'm going to fill that in like where it's sparse. So now I've done that, I've kind of made it a bit thicker, but I have followed the shape near enough. All I'm going to do now is fill in the other one exactly the same. I don't do anything different. I try and get them as similar as possible, but don't get caught up on it. If they're not exactly the same, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now they're all done, they're pretty even, they're okay for me, I'm happy with those. So I'm going to go ahead and clean them up. I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC25. It's quite light for my skin, but I like quite a light under eye and light upper eye. So yeah, I'm going to use that to clean it up. And I use my MAC 252 brush, because it's just like a nice flat brush and you can get really like close to your brow without ruining it, because it's so thin. So yeah, I just use that brush. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I've just been sitting out in the garden like most of the day. We had a barbecue and it's so hot here in London. I've like, all my freckles have come out. Look, can you see? Oh, so embarrassing. Okay, so back to the tutorial. I'm gonna go under my brows and carve out the brow with the MAC 252. So now that I've carved out the brows, they look a lot neater. So if you ever mess up in your brows, really don't worry, because with concealer you can just like get rid of any mistakes. So yeah, that's how I clean up my brow. And now I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear waterproof brow set in bold brunette, and I'm just going to run that through my brows and push the hairs upwards and sideways. I just think it gives them a bit more definition. They look a bit more like realistic in a way. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is it for my brows. I'd pretty much just leave them like this now. All the rest of my makeup's kind of done, but I am going to show you how I do my wing liner, because it's something I get frequently asked, so as also my brows, so I'm going to do that for you. Okay, so I'm using a new product today for my eyeliner. I've used a different one of this brand before. It's the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner, and it's in black obviously. I've used Rimmel before, but not this exact one, so yeah, I'm a little bit excited to try it out. It's like kind of, it's in between a felt tip and a liquid liner brush, so yeah, I think it should be quite nice, quite precise, which is obviously always handy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I always start at the end of my eye, at this point here where you're just about to start the wing. I don't ever start in the middle or anything like that, because that bit's like easy. So I always just start where the eye ends and just gradually pull it out. Okay. I don't like my wings too thick. Some people do, and I think it looks great sometimes, but personally I prefer like a thin, longish wing, so that's what I'm going to do today. Now I've created like the length I want, I'm going to go from like the middle of the wing and drag it inwards, so it's like kind of like an outline, and then I'll fill it in. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Okay, so now that I've filled the wing in, I'm going to drag it over my lash line and really try and get it as close to your lashes as possible, just so it looks a bit more flawless, so it hasn't got any gaps. And I just do that by pointing the tip towards my nose, so like I just think it's like more precise that way. So this is how I would do my liner. I prefer it this way. I just think it looks a bit classy. I don't like it too thick, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. This is the finished result. I'm pretty happy with it. I just wanted to do something sort of helpful and something that people are always asking me to do, so I just went ahead and done that, and I'm really happy with the outcome. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any requests, just put it in the comments. I will always do them for you. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching, so thank you so much. I'll see you soon.